Welcome back, everyone. And as promised, today we have episode number 4. Of course, I have Tim Casera. He's going to be introducing himself. So please, be my guest.
Good morning. My name is Tim Casera, owner of the company. Kevin O'Sullivan and myself started this company 26 years ago after working at a connector company together prior to starting this. We have combined 60 plus years of connector industry knowledge and background in sales, manufacturing, the whole 9 yards.
What a journey, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I have a couple questions for you today, and I'm pretty sure the audience also would like to know. So the first one would be, can you explain the importance of terminal compatibility and wire gauge and insulation, and what impact does that have on the performance and reliability of a wire harness?
A lot of it ties back to, I think, our previous episodes as well. The type of connector that design in dictates the type of terminal you use typically. A lot of it has to do with the application, whether it's an outdoor, indoor, if you're carrying power or signal or what it's being used in, that'll direct you to the different types of terminals and stuff you want to use. Also, the amount of power, if it's a power terminal, you may have to use a larger size terminal depending on the power requirements, and also the density of the terminal. Sometimes you have hundreds or 60 or 100 connections that you need to make. That'll determine the size and the type of connector you use as well.
Thanks for the explanation. Moving forward, I may also have to ask, what role does terminal material play in ensuring a secure and durable connection within a wire harness? Are there any specific materials that are preferred for certain applications or the industry's requirements?
That goes back to, again, the type of connector that is designed in. Terminals are typically made of just a handful of materials: copper, brass, phosphorons for high mating cycles. But it's typically dictated by the application and the type of connector you design in. And then from there, you can determine the different contact arrangements. The contacts are the two connection points between when you're mating and unmating something. That's where your signal or power is going to be passed through.
It totally makes sense. And you also mentioned about the contacts. Now, can you spot the difference between stamped machine contacts and stamped and formed terminals?
Sure. Those are two main terminal types, and the screw machine contacts are made out of a solid piece of brass in most cases, that are machined down and are solid, robust. They're typically used in high reliability applications or lower volume applications because of the added cost for manufacture of the terminal, as well as the added labor cost. Typically, the higher volume applications will use a screw machine or a stamped and formed contact, because you can do higher production quantities, automate it, and do various gauge wires. But both of them can accept various gauge wires and various gauge plating options and everything else. It's all based on the connector design you design in.
Great, I really appreciate that explanation. Now, what are the different types of terminal plating and what application are they used in?
Sure, that's the next step. So once again, it goes back to understanding the customer's need and the application it's being used in. Is it weather related, or is it going to see salt spray or chemical resistance? And then that boils down to the type of plating you're typically picking. There's standard is tin-plated copper, tin-plated terminals most of the time. Then you also get silver-plated kind of terminals, gold-plated terminals, and also in some stamped and formed applications, you use selectively plated terminals, which means that maybe the front end or the mating, the white area of the contact might be gold-plated, and the rest of the contact may be tin-plated. It's just for cost, to bring down cost, and get the performance aspect of the different plating. And the other thing that plays into plating options is the insertion force. So if you have a high density connector where you have multiple contacts in a connector, a lot of times we're talking higher volume terminals, they use gold plating because the gold insertion force is easier to uninsert the connectors versus a tin plated contact.
You totally clarified my doubts today. And now, last but not least, I may also have to ask, can you share how ACI can assist the customers in terminal selection?
Sure. We do a lot of training with our sales and engineering sales force and our engineering group, and they interacting with you, the customer, understanding your application the best, what connector system you're using, and then we can recommend maybe terminal plating or terminal options, making sure you have the right size terminal for the wire you're using. You wouldn't want to use a very large terminal with a small gauge wire, or vice versa, a large wire that won't fit into a small gauge terminal. We also have some customers that use multiple wires into a terminal and try to do jumper wires or stuff like that. So sizing, engaging that, really understanding the customer's needs and requirements is key to us, and offering an engineered solution for some of those processes.
Excellent. I feel like we could have a 1 hour podcast easily with the amount of content that we can share regarding terminals. But thank you so much. Maybe any final thoughts that you would like to share with the audience?
Just every application is different. There is no right or wrong. That's why I think we offer a lot of help in coordinating and designing and helping a customer design a connector system that'll work for them.
All right. Thank you so much. If you guys think that was it, well, of course not. Stay tuned next Friday. We're going to be shooting our 5th episode, and it's going to be a surprise, so be ready. All right? Have a good one, and thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Bye bye.